Football is officially back, and as players arrive at training camps across the league, every franchise is beginning a new journey toward the 2026 NFL season. While training camp always brings fresh optimism, this year feels especially different. Several major offseason moves have already changed the outlook for multiple divisions, and according to former NFL player and scout Bucky Brooks, a handful of those decisions could completely reshape the playoff race before the regular season even begins. From blockbuster trades to coaching changes and key roster upgrades, the NFL landscape has shifted in meaningful ways. Today, we're taking a closer look at the biggest verified offseason moves that could define the race for the Lombardi Trophy in 2026. One of the most talked about moves of the offseason came from the New England Patriots, who made a major investment to strengthen their passing attack by acquiring three-time Pro Bowl wide receiver A.J. Brown. The Patriots sent a first-round pick and a fifth-round selection to complete the deal, giving quarterback Drake May the proven number one target the offense had been missing. It was one of the league's biggest transactions, and expectations immediately rose for a team that already showed encouraging progress last season. For New England, the addition is about much more than simply bringing in another talented receiver. A.J. Brown has consistently proven throughout his career that he can dominate against both single and double coverage. His combination of size, route running, physicality, and reliable hands makes him one of the league's premier outside receivers. Even when defenses focus heavily on stopping him, he has the ability to create opportunities for everyone else on the field. That could be especially important for Drake May, who impressed many observers despite not having a true elite receiving option during the previous season. With Brown drawing extra defensive attention, complementary targets, such as Romeo, should benefit from more favorable matchups. A more balanced passing attack could make the Patriots significantly more dangerous, particularly in high-pressure situations where explosive plays often decide games. The Patriots also reunite A.J. Brown with head coach Mike Vrabel, who coached him earlier in his career with the Tennessee Titans. Familiarity between player and coach often shortens the adjustment period, and that existing relationship may help the offense develop chemistry more quickly during training camp. If everything comes together as expected, New England could become one of the most improved teams entering the 2026 campaign. Over in the AFC North, the Cincinnati Bengals made one of the biggest defensive moves of the offseason by acquiring defensive tackle Dexter Lawrence. For several seasons, Cincinnati's explosive offense has frequently been forced to compensate for defensive struggles. Even with quarterback Joe Burrow leading one of the league's most productive attacks, defensive inconsistency has limited the team's postseason success. Adding Dexter Lawrence directly addresses one of the Bengals' biggest needs. Standing at 6'5" and weighing around 350 pounds, Lawrence has built his reputation as one of football's most disruptive interior defensive linemen. Although his statistical production dipped during the previous season, his overall impact extends well beyond the box score. Offensive lines often dedicate multiple blockers to slowing him down, creating opportunities for teammates across the defensive front. That ripple effect could be exactly what Cincinnati has been searching for. Stronger interior pressure often allows edge rushers to win more one-on-one battles, while making life much more difficult for opposing quarterbacks. Just as importantly, a stronger run defense can help the Bengals control games, get off the field on third down, and provide Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, and Chase Brown with more offensive possessions. If Cincinnati's defense improves as expected, the balance of the team changes dramatically. Instead of constantly asking the offense to win shootouts, the Bengals could finally complement their elite passing attack with a defense capable of protecting leads and controlling momentum throughout four quarters. Another fascinating move took place in Houston, where the Texans traded for veteran running back David Montgomery. The decision reflects a clear commitment to building a more balanced offense around quarterback C.J. Stroud, who has carried a significant workload since entering the league. During his time with the Detroit Lions, Montgomery consistently delivered dependable production while sharing the backfield with Jahmyr Gibbs. His physical running style, ability to break tackles, and effectiveness near the goal line made him one of the NFL's most dependable offensive weapons. Houston believes those qualities can provide greater stability and reduce pressure on its young franchise quarterback. The Texans' offensive identity has leaned heavily on C.J. Stroud's arm in recent seasons, particularly against elite competition. By adding an experienced runner capable of controlling the tempo, Houston hopes to create more favorable passing situations and reduce unnecessary risks. A stronger rushing attack can also improve time of possession, helping both the offense and defense over the course of long games. The trade also reflects smart roster management. Rather than making an overwhelming investment, Houston completed a relatively modest deal while addressing an important need. If Montgomery performs as expected, the Texans could become an even more complete football team heading into another highly competitive AFC season. Meanwhile, one of the NFL's most successful organizations made a significant coaching decision. The Kansas City Chiefs welcomed back offensive coordinator Eric Bieniemy, reuniting him with head coach Andy Reid and quarterback Patrick Mahomes. The Chiefs' offense has remained dangerous over the past several years, but has not consistently reached the same level of efficiency that defined earlier championship seasons. During Bieniemy's previous tenure, Kansas City regularly ranked among the league's highest-scoring offenses while maintaining strong balance between the passing and running games. His return brings familiarity, accountability, and valuable experience to the coaching staff. While Andy Reid remains one of football's premier offensive minds, having another experienced voice involved in game planning can strengthen preparation throughout the season. That could become especially important as the Chiefs continue building around Patrick Mahomes following his recovery from significant knee injuries. Kansas City's goal is clear. The organization wants to restore offensive consistency while protecting its franchise quarterback through smarter balance and improved execution. If those objectives are achieved, the Chiefs could quickly return to being one of the AFC's toughest teams to defend. In Dallas, attention has shifted toward rebuilding the defensive side of the football. After a disappointing defensive performance last season, the Cowboys hired defensive coordinator Christian Parker to oversee a major transformation. The front office aggressively supported that effort by adding proven pass rusher Rashawn Gary through trade, while also strengthening the roster during the draft. New personnel across multiple defensive positions provides Parker with far more flexibility than the team possessed a year ago. Equally important is Parker's coaching background. Having worked under respected defensive minds, including Vic Fangio and Vance Joseph, he brings experience with multiple defensive systems and emphasizes disciplined execution. Dallas struggled with communication breakdowns and misassignments last season, areas Parker will undoubtedly prioritize throughout training camp. If the Cowboys successfully combine improved coaching with upgraded talent, their defense could take a major step forward, considering how explosive their offense already appears on paper. Even moderate defensive improvement could significantly increase Dallas' chances of competing deep into the postseason. Perhaps the most intriguing quarterback storyline belongs to the Minnesota Vikings, where head coach Kevin O'Connell begins working with veteran quarterback Kyler Murray. After spending 7 seasons with Arizona, Murray now enters a new environment on a 1-year opportunity to revive his career. While competition remains during training camp, many believe Kevin O'Connell's quarterback-friendly offensive system provides an excellent opportunity for Murray to rediscover his best football. The supporting cast certainly helps. Wide receiver Justin Jefferson remains one of the NFL's elite playmakers, while Jordan Addison and tight end T.J. Hawkinson give Minnesota additional offensive firepower. Combined with O'Connell's creative offensive approach, the Vikings possess the ingredients for one of the league's most entertaining offenses. Of course, nothing will be handed to Kyler Murray. Competition, preparation, and consistent execution throughout training camp will determine how the quarterback situation unfolds. But if Murray performs well within Minnesota's system, the balance of power inside the NFC North could become much more competitive than many expected. What makes all these off-season moves so fascinating is that they address very different needs. Some teams prioritize elite talent. Others focused on coaching, roster balance, or defensive improvement. Every organization believes these decisions will provide the extra edge needed to separate themselves from divisional rivals once meaningful games begin. Training camp now becomes the first opportunity to see how these new pieces fit together. Chemistry, communication, and execution cannot be built overnight, regardless of how talented a roster appears on paper. The coming weeks will reveal which teams adapt quickly and which ones still have work to do before week 1 arrives. The beauty of the NFL is that every season creates new storylines, and the 2026 campaign already promises plenty of them. The Patriots have surrounded Drake May with a premier playmaker. The Bengals strengthened a defense that desperately needed reinforcements. The Texans added balance around C.J. Stroud. The Chiefs reunited with a familiar offensive leader. The Cowboys committed to rebuilding their defense. And the Vikings introduced a fascinating new quarterback dynamic under Kevin O'Connell. As training camps continue across the league, these off-season decisions will begin moving from headlines to on-field reality. Some will exceed expectations, others will face challenges, but every one of them has the potential to influence division races, playoff positioning, and ultimately the pursuit of the Lombardi Trophy. With football officially back, the road to the 2026 NFL season is underway, and the next chapter promises to be one of the most compelling the league has seen in years. Stay tuned, because the biggest stories are only just beginning. Football